providing this community beautiful floors and so much more, the team at Professional Floor Covering can't wait to connect with our friends through today's community comment on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
And welcome to today's community comment here on 95.3 WBEV, presented by Professional Floor Covering and Abbey Design Center at 713 Park Avenue in Beaver Dam. Visit their website, proflr.com. They are locally owned. Randy and his team are here to help you design the perfect space with over 1,000 samples of carpet, LVP, hardwood tile, area rugs, and window finishings. It's so much more than floors. It's a wide selection of kitchen and bathroom countertops. And speaking of what is going on over with the glass enclosures at Professional Floor Covering, you can get yours upgraded. Converting to a shower with glass panels and doors is a great way to make your bathroom space feel bigger and add a sense of luxury. And now, without further ado, we send it down to the Daily Dodge TV studios with Justin Wilski for today's community comment.
Have the Downtown West Bend Association on. If you're listening on the radio or watching on Daily Dodge TV, you're going to see our guests on the show today are Philip Fritchie, who is the executive director with Downtown West Bend Association, and the summer marketing and event intern Natalie Sutheimer. Did I get that right?
You did.
Beautiful. Welcome to the show, everybody. Good morning.
Thanks. It's great to be here. We want to point out that we were decked out to help celebrate the 250th anniversary of the nation this year. So we're trying to do some special things in downtown West Bend with extra decorations and all our events that we're in the season here.
Absolutely. If you're not tuned in and watching on Daily Dodge TV, highly recommend you do so. Got some nice visuals on. They even got a lay on me, which is nice. A little red, white, and blue coloring up the space. Never a bad thing because it's a big holiday. It's a big
a special anniversary too. So.
Yeah.
This year, yeah.
Yeah, I was mentioning the Wally Lukashinsky earlier on the radio. It's not like this is going to come around again. 250 only happens once.
That's right.
Might as well take advantage of it. But we're not here just to talk to you guys about what's going on for the 4th of July, although that is part of, I'm sure, what we'll touch on a little bit here. But we want to talk about some of the events that are going on in and around the West Bend area that you guys have a direct hand in. And the first one that we have on the docket is one that I know is a popular one out there, and that's the farmers market.
Yeah, we love to lead off with our award-winning farmers market. We are so proud of this. The current staff at the association, all of us combined, have probably only been there for about 3 years, 4 years, but we have inherited a program that our organization has been managing for 50 years. This is the 51st year, actually. And it's just a great, great event. The largest farmers market in southeast Wisconsin, 166 stall spaces. We've been voted number one by popular vote in Wisconsin for the last 4 years in a row. And last year we made it the top 10. We were the 10th best market in the country by popular vote. So we're really proud of that. And Natalie has been doing a fantastic job helping us out with the market this year. So we're in the process of hiring somebody new who actually was the manager of the market. And in the meantime, our college intern has been helping out, making sure that everything runs smoothly every week at the market.
I imagine no small task, but obviously paying off if you guys are ranking in at number 10 in the nation. That's,
it clearly has been paying off. And
Yeah.
we have a lot of dates coming up that are actually full, right? So
Yeah.
out of all those stall spaces we have, a large percentage of them are considered full season, so they're at the market every week. But then we also have about 20% of the market that is partial season, so they change every week.
Right.
And even with those, there are dates now for the next couple of months where there's not a single stall space available.
I think August and September are mostly full.
Wow.
So I don't want to say that to deter anybody from maybe applying, because we still have some vacancies. We go all the way to the end of October, so our market runs for 24 weeks. If somebody is interested, they can go to our website and they can click on the Farmers Market tab, and then there's a way to apply for a position. We actually have you fill out all the paperwork, and then we review it. We vet everybody. We're very constructively critical in managing the market, so I think that's part of the reason we have great success. Because we don't just let anybody in that wants to pay us. We want to make sure we've got a well-managed market. We try to keep the number of vendors in a particular category at a certain percentage, so that there's not too much business for any one area, so that everyone who's there makes some money. It's got good sales.
That makes a lot of sense. Now, this happens on Saturdays, and you guys have it from May through to the end of October. This Saturday is a holiday. What's that mean for the farmers market?
Yeah, I'm glad you bring that up. This is one of those very, very rare times we actually are not holding the market on the Saturday.
So you heard that here first, folks. No market on Saturday.
When the 4th of July is on a Friday or a Sunday or any other day of the week, we are still holding the market. But we have a little bit of a conflict in downtown West Bend. Like most communities, we have a Independence Day parade, and it comes right down Main Street. So we had to discuss this with the city early in the year. We would not be able to hold the market downtown where it's held on Main Street if the parade is still going through. And so through a variety of discussions, we just decided it was better to leave the parade route as it is all the time, and we will not hold the parade. The market on that date.
I feel like people get very upset if parade routes change.
Well, they also get upset if the farmers market gets shut down. So we've had some of the publics, are irate because they come every week.
Right.
We've had some of our vendors are not happy.
That's our most asked question this week.
Yeah, when is the market on or not?
I can imagine. Yeah.
We did want to make sure we talked about that today in the radio. That it will be one of the few times that we will not be having the market. We do have a little bit of alternative that we'll be able to talk about in the next segment, though. So there will be some option for some vendors at a market for people to go to this week in downtown West Bend, but it won't be Saturday morning.
There you go. Well, we definitely want to get into that, but I want to remind people there's a website that people can go to if they want to see about becoming a vendor. I want to make sure we mention that again and throw that out there.
Yeah, it's downtownwestbend.com, where we actually have like a dedicated page for this, and everything is on that page about how to apply to be a vendor. It's all there. And if people still have questions after looking through all the material, they can contact our office, call us up, or send us an email. We did want to mention, too, that we've got some fun things that we do at the market besides just having a great market every week.
Right.
We installed this year a free sample booth, so every single week you come to the market, next to our information booth, there is a sample of something that is being sold at the market that you can try. So we say it's a try before you buy it.
Right.
So we get food items some weeks. Some weeks we've actually had like hand cream that people could try, but it's all things that are at the market for sale. So that's a fun thing. It changes every week. What did we have last week, Natalie?
Cake bites.
Oh.
That was a hit. That was definitely a hit.
We had produce too. So sometimes when we have like radishes, that doesn't go over as well. But
Right.
But the idea is we want to try to feature things that are at the market and maybe get people to try something they haven't tried before. Maybe they'll like it.
That's
a lot
not
of
a bad
people
idea.
get interested in it.
Yeah, that's a phenomenal idea. Although I'm a big fan of radishes, so I probably would have been good with that.
Good. You come back every week. It's always something different.
But it's not just the samples. You guys have a guest coming.
Yeah, we try to get as many like celebrities to come to the market as we can each year. So the last couple of years we've had Alice in Dairyland, and she is coming back, the new Alice, on the 18th of July. So she will be walked around, escorted around the market by somebody on our staff, and people who come to the market can meet Alice. They can talk to her. They can get their pictures taken with her. Usually she's got some kind of a little handout of something that she can give to patrons, and people think that's fun. And our Alice in Dairylands are always just beautiful young women. They have the whole tiara and the sash and everything. So
It's like a princess walking through the
yes,
farmer's
exactly.
market. There you
A
go.
dairy princess.
Yes.
Which is perfect for Wisconsin. And then get their picture taken with her at the market. And then we're going to have a local Beaver Dam celebrity coming later in the season.
Okay.
Yes. Larry the Pepper from the
Oh, of
Beaver Dam
course.
Pepper Festival is going to be at our market on, I believe, the first Saturday of September, right? So it'll be the week before the Pepper Festival. So Larry will also be walking around, and people can get their pictures taken with Larry. And on that day, we know our free sample is actually going to be something that's not usually sold at our market. It'll be Beaver Dam peppers. So it'll be the spicy peppers that are the feature of the Beaver Dam Pepper Festival. So we made a little bit of a, alteration there. Other peppers are sold at our market every week, just not Beaver Dam peppers.
There you go. So a
That'll
reason
be
to
the
come out then as
sample.
well. Sounds like a reason to come out every Saturday, honestly. Highly recommend people check it out. Want to remind you of the website, www.downtownwestbend.com. If you're thinking about becoming a vendor, if you want more information, we do have to take a quick break. We are talking with Phil Fritchie and Natalie Sutheimer from the Downtown West Bend Association. We'll be back with more on Community Comment on 95.3 WBEV.
Dodge County landscape, we keep the inside of your home looking great. Professional Floor Covering welcomes you to the next segment of Community Comment on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
And we are back with more Community Comment. We can jump right into the action here on 95.3 WBEV in the Daily Dodge TV studios. Here's Justin Wilski.
You're Jake, and welcome back into Community Comment. We have our guest from Downtown West Bend Association, Phil Fritchie, the Executive Director, and their Summer Marketing and Event Intern, Natalie Sudheimer. We talked about the Farmers Market, but that's not all that's going on in West Bend. You guys have another great event. I love this. I'm a big fan of live music. I always say live music is better than anything you're ever going to hear on tape. And you guys take advantage of that with some concerts on Thursdays. Tell me a little more about this.
Yeah, summer is like one of our busiest times because we have events happening every single week, like the Farmers Market and Music on Main. So Music on Main is an event that we host every Thursday where we ask a band to come in and play some live music from 6:30 to 9:30, and then before the main act we have an opening act which starts at 5:30. So you can get a taste of a lot of different music in one night depending on who's performing. So the very first Music on Main that we hosted was branded as the Block Party, and we partnered with a local West Bend business, the Bend Theater, which is also downtown right next to us, so that we could put on a really big event. And we had a success. For our first Music on Main this year, it was a very big success.
I'll add, it was the largest crowd we've ever had for one of these events. And we've been doing the block parties with the Bend for 3 years now. So tell them how many people they estimated.
Around 6,000 guests in our downtown West Bend. And this was my first Music on Main that I ever had worked. So it was interesting for me to see how many people could come down and celebrate live music.
I have to say, it's always the summer intern's baptism by fire.
Right.
They come and start working for us at the end of the college year, so sometime in mid-May. And then within a week and a half, we have this block party where we are hosting 6,000 people in a major band. We shut down 3 blocks of Main Street. You survived, so
Yeah,
I guess it wasn't
fun.
too traumatic.
It was a good experience.
Bit of an
I liked-
eye-opener,
yeah,
but-
yeah.
I like the way that sounds. So you said we got some interesting bands coming up. Any sneak peeks on who's coming to play?
So we are actually hosting this Thursday. So because we canceled the farmers market, that doesn't mean we're canceling our Music on Main. And so we are going to play into the 250 celebration this Thursday and go all out for that, because why not celebrate the 4th of July?
Yeah.
It's coming up. So this Thursday, July 2nd, we're going to have Reveille Country, which is a country rock band, as the name kind of tells. So if you guys are interested in some country music for the 4th of July, come out to West Bend tonight, or tomorrow night.
All right.
All right, yeah.
Some
And
other...
it's a young group, I want to add. So this is one of the first times they're going to be performing, I think, in our downtown and certainly at our event. So this is an up-and-coming group.
Yeah, and I was looking at their pictures and kind of listening to their music, and it seems like maybe we'll get a younger crowd out there, which is nice to have a difference. Some other popular ones that people might know is FM Rodeo. I feel like they have been in Beaver Dam before, you said?
They are definitely well known in the area. I think we've had them out on the stage at the Dodge County Fair before. They definitely played a few of the bars in the area, so people definitely know FM Rodeo.
So if you're a fan of them, maybe drive a little bit to West Bend.
Looks like that's coming up on the 16th of July.
Yes, and then another popular one could be August 13th with the Whiskey Bells, another country band coming up.
Now, is there a place that people can go and see all these listings? Is this the list available on your website, Phil?
It is. We have a page for Music on Main, just like the farmers market. It's like a separate component of our website. So if you go to our main website, downtownwestbend.com, you can click on it. But we also have a separate one. If you do a Google search for Music on Main West Bend, you'll get that page directly. And the whole schedule is on there with our sponsors, all the dates. So
Our food vendors,
the food vendors.
which is important.
We always have one of our downtown businesses has like a food tent out on the street for that day. Plus, there's other downtown businesses you can walk to on the street. But we always try to promote the local food vendors. So I mentioned earlier, this is part of what Natalie's talking about, Music on Main. that there would be some opportunity for people who want to get the flavor of the farmers market. So 3 times this year, we are trying what we're calling the night market in conjunction with our Music on Main. So it's been the first Thursday of each month.
Yep.
So this Thursday, the 2nd, is the first Thursday of July. So we have our night market in conjunction with this. So we'll have some flower vendors, some vegetable vendors, and then other kinds of vendors that you usually have at our farmers market. It's much smaller, granted, than our usual market, but if somebody is going to be missing Saturday morning, come out Thursday for Music on Main, and you'll get a taste of the night market. So
I think when we had it in June, it was a nice touch where if you wanted to go away from the music, you could walk over into the night market and do that for a little bit and then come back to the music. So it's good to just keep everyone's attention. So I feel like the one in June we had was very successful.
It was successful.
Yeah.
Our one fear is that people are going to want this so much that they're going to want it every single Thursday. So
Which maybe some people thought that, and they were like, okay.
yeah, that's a whole nother expansion of the event that I'm not sure we're ready for, but we'll talk about that. And I want to add that we get a beer license for the Music on Main that allows people to have beer and seltzers and things with that area. So that does extend to the night market. So when you come on Thursday night, when we have the night market, you can have your adult beverages and take it all the way through the market, as well as the downtown area where we have the music.
There you go. Now I got to remind and put this out there again for people who didn't hear it the first time. What is the cost for the night for the concerts?
Free.
That's an amazing number. I love it. So if you like live music, check it out. Night Market sounds amazing, so worth checking that out as well. We got something else we want to talk about this segment. Summer Social.
Yeah, we're trying some new things this year with our downtown hospitality businesses. Our organization's objective, our mission, is to bring people to downtown West Bend to shop, to dine out at our restaurants, to go to our attractions like the Museum of Wisconsin Art. And one of the ways we do that is through events. So we've done a lot of events with our retail shops we partner with, but we hadn't really done things directly with our hospitality businesses, the bars and the restaurants. So we're going to try a couple of them this year. We're naming this first one the Summer Social Stop, and it's going to be kind of like a poker run. You guys have run poker runs with businesses here in Beaver Dam for years. People kind of understand that. Ours is going to be a little bit more geared specifically for West Bend. So we're creating a set of cards that will have iconic images of downtown West Bend, or food or beverage items you can get at our downtown businesses, those types of things. And we're going to have a point total in all of them. And so all the bars and restaurants that will participate will have these cards available. And if you sign up to do it, it'll be free to sign up. You go to the bars and restaurants and you can get one card that will be like drawn at random from every place. And then you collect, hopefully, from all of the bars and restaurants. And whoever's got the highest point totals will win prize baskets it will have. So kind of like a poker run, but you don't have to get a poker hand. You just have to get the most points at the end of it. Right. And it'll run for a weekend. Our bars and restaurants wanted us to do this during our Washington County Fair weekend. So it'll be the last full weekend of July. So it'll be, I think, the 23rd to the 26th. It'll be 4 days. Enough time for people to go to all the bars and restaurants in downtown that will be participating. I think we have a commitment from about 9 or 10 now. We might get as many as like 15 or 16.
Right.
No purchase necessary.
Right.
But we hope if you go into a bar or restaurant, you maybe have something to eat or have a drink while you're there while you're getting your card. And it's all designed to bring people to downtown West Bend again, to go into those businesses and participate in something fun. Because at the end, if you get enough prize points, you can win a prize basket.
Definitely worth checking out. And I've been to a couple of the different bars in the West Bend area, and I've yet to meet an old-fashioned. I didn't like it any of them, so I'm just saying.
We've got some actually great cocktail bars.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not just like beer bars or wine bars in downtown West Bend. We've got a few places that really are known for their cocktails.
And that's never a bad thing. We like a good cocktail
it is
here.
Not a bad thing.
Absolutely. I want to remind everybody again, check out the website. I'm going to keep plugging the website because we think it's a great place for you guys to go for a lot of information. www.downtownwestbend.com. That way you can find even more information about what's going on in and around West Bend. We are going to take a break. We are talking with Philip Frucci, the Executive Director of Downtown West Bend Association, and their summer marketing and event intern, Natalie Sudheimer. We'll be right back on 95.3 WBEV and more community comment.
Providing this community beautiful floors and so much more, the team at Professional Floor Covering can't wait to connect with our friends through today's community comment on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
And there we go. We are back for community comment here on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge, presented by Professional Floor Covering, Navway Design Center at 713 Park Avenue in Beaver Dam. Their website, proflr.com. And in those Daily Dodge TV studios, ready for more community comment, here is Justin Wilski.
Thank you, Jake, and welcome back. And we've got Phil Fritchie with us, and we have got Natalie Sutheimer with us as well. We are talking about West Bend, specifically Downtown West Bend Association and all the stuff going on in West Bend. I'm seeing some art stuff coming up, which always perks my ears. I've got kids who love art, anything art related they want to go to. And it sounds like you guys got kind of a cool event coming up.
A cool event, and we've got a real attraction in downtown West Bend. We have the Museum of Wisconsin Art, MOA, that's on the east side of the Milwaukee River, just across from downtown, and it is the only museum in Wisconsin that features exclusively Wisconsin art and artists. So it's a great asset to the community. We know it's the #1 attraction for tourists and visitors to West Bend, not just downtown West Bend in total. And they host an event each year. So this is not our event, but this is an event that happens downtown. They call it the Art and Chalk Fest. And they get artists who come and paint murals in chalk, special chalk, all over the parking lot of the museum for this weekend, and then they get them judged. In addition to that, there's all kinds of activities going on, family-friendly activities. Lots of things for kids to do. You said your kids love art. Mm-hmm. There's all kinds of hands-on things for kids to go do for free. There's vendors there. They closed down Veterans Avenue, which runs parallel to Main Street, but the Milwaukee River is in between.
Right.
And so that's the street that the museum is on, and they shut that entire thing down from Highway 33 all the way down to basically Walnut Street. So it's like a 4 or 5 block long area. There's food vendors on there. There's other vendors that are selling things, a lot of it homemade art, so it's like a maker's market. It's a great event. It's coming up on Saturday and Sunday, August 1st and 2nd, and that's kind of an earlier time than they usually have had it more in the middle of August. So I want to make sure that we mention that today. If you have come to the Art and Chalk Fest in downtown West Bend before, it's earlier this year. So it's the 1st and 2nd of August. And again, another free event. We love to feature the events that are not just ours, but other events that are free to people to come to downtown. It's a great way to experience our community.
Yeah, and I'm a big fan of the chalk art. I always love because they can make stuff that looks prospectively like you're gonna fall in.
Yeah, those are interesting to see.
It's so much fun. So definitely worth getting out there for, which is phenomenal. And then I'm seeing the next thing we got on the topic list here, and I love this. I love any chance there is for to really kind of push the downtown businesses and sales for those businesses. And it looks like you've got another event that's right up that alley, the Summer Sidewalk Sale.
Yeah, so as a summer intern, I've been tasked by Phil to kind of run the summer sidewalk sale and plan it and do all the marketing for it. So it's my little challenge for the summer. So this little event is going to start on Wednesday, August 5th, and run all day whenever the businesses are open. And then it will go Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So it's kind of like an all-day, all-weekend type event. So we used to host Maxwell Street Days, which is a very common thing in West Bend. And this kind of replaced it because there was some issues that were going on with Maxwell Street Days. So we just kind of converted over to like a whole weekend type event where the participating stores, if they wanted to participate, they could. So each store is going to offer their own deals and special things for the shops. Whatever they decide to do is up to them. But we're just going to promote it, and we're putting a little summer fling on it. So also during this time, since it's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, we also have Music on Main on Thursday. So it's just going to combine with that. And we also have our night market happening on August 6th, that same Thursday night. So that Thursday is just going to be a big party in downtown West Bend, it seems like. So
yeah, a lot of things happening in conjunction with each other.
Yeah. Also the farmers market on Saturday. So if you want to just come down, you can go to the farmers market, you can go to the shops. It'll be a big thing. we have been playing with the idea of during the morning, yes, different bars and restaurants will be open at night to do drinks and food specials, but we've been playing with the idea of maybe getting a coffee vendor in at Old Settlers Park for coffee enjoyment in the morning if you want to have a little coffee drink while you're shopping around. I know I always like to have a little drink when I'm like doing activities, so I feel like that would be a fun thing. Maybe some summer music going on in the background just in the downtown area. So hopefully everyone will be feeling the summer vibes and have their wallets open too.
There you go. Wallets open's never a bad thing, and it's nice that this kind of flows into some of your other events. You mentioned the night concert happening right around the same time. I went and looked. I was like, okay, who's on? And I see you got 5 p.m. to Nowhere on, 2000s Coldplay kind of band with polka opening. That's awesome. That's a nice way to maybe do a little shopping, get a little entertainment.
Listen to some music,
exactly.
do some shopping.
Hit up some of the food vendors, get yourself something to eat, or some of the local restaurants. You make a nice little afternoon/evening of it.
Totally.
Never
Make
a
it
bad
night.
thing.
Make it a
I have
night.
to compliment Natalie. She's been doing a great job with trying to expand this thing. So she was mentioning that we used to have like a really huge Maxwell Street days, and it kind of like went away. It got too big and went away. And so if there was nothing for a couple of years, in our downtown businesses said, let's try to bring something back that's like that. So one of the differences I want to mention, other than when we're shutting the street down for our Music on Main, the streets will be open during the rest of this thing. So people can still come right down in front of the shops and park. So it's not like we have like a whole street closed for this. Most of the deals and things are going to be actually on the sidewalk right in front of the stores. We will be having the street closed, obviously, for Music on Main and for the night market and then for the farmers market. So the street will be closed then.
Right. The standard for all those. But
It's always kind of a battle. Shutting the street down to have a big event on the street allows us to have a lot more vendors, a lot more things, but then parking becomes more of an issue. You got to park farther away. So sometimes people prefer to park like right in front if they can, but that means the event is probably a little bit smaller scale.
Right. And I will say, when it comes to those little sidewalk sales, I kind of prefer the slightly scaled back. You feel like you can kind of just walk and look and.
You can do it at your own leisure. Go into
Exactly.
whatever stores you want. You're not
Particularly
pressured.
since it's multiple days too, so you can start it in one day, and if you don't finish all the shops, you can come back one of the other days.
Or if you do finish all the shops, come back and do it again.
Yeah,
That's
maybe
true.
There's different
I
deals
like the way
different
you
days.
think.
I'm just saying. Sometimes I'm a guy who loves to shop. Probably one of the few people you're gonna find who's a dude that likes to shop. I go down every aisle at the grocery store. If I walk into a clothing store someplace downtown, like I gotta look at everything. You never know what you're gonna miss. So might as well look twice because you probably missed it the first time. We are, of course, talking with Phil Fritchie, and we are talking with Natalie Sutheimer. We are talking with them because they're here with Downtown West Bend Association, and we're going to have one more segment with them here right after the break on 95.3 WBEV.
on in your community. Stay tuned to Community Comment on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge, presented by Professional Floor Covering.
And back with the last segment for today's Community Comment on 95.3 WBEV. Here's Justin Wilski.
And welcome back into the show. You are listening to Community Comment and watching, hopefully, on Daily Dodge TV. We have Philip Ritchie here with us. He's the Executive Director of Downtown West Bend Association, and we have their summer marketing event intern, Natalie Sudheimer, with us as well. Again, thank you guys for coming on. It's been a great show thus far. Final segment, we still have more we want to talk about. Before we dive into what we want to talk about, some more information for you guys. Again, I want to remind everybody the West Bend, Downtown West Bend website, really easy, downtownwestbend.com. It's all one word. You can't screw it up. And then we did make sure we got a phone number here for you as well if you need to give them a call. Also an option, 262-338-3909. We'll give that again to you before we get to the end of the show if you need to take time to get some pen and paper handy. But let's talk. We got more events that you guys are going to be having down there in West Bend because it's always a hip happening place. Do you kids still say that? Probably not.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so.
But I know what you mean.
It passes the vibe check. There we go.
I like it.
There you go.
I like
I appreciate that, Alec. We got Wheels on Main coming up, which I hear Wheels on Main, I hear cars, and I like classic cars.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of folks in Dodge County that love car shows, and we host the largest car show in Washington County every year on Main Street and the streets around Main Street with between 425 and 500 vehicles. So it is huge. We shut down more of the downtown for this one event than we do for the farmers market or anything else that we do. It's an exhausting day. It's the Sunday after Labor Day. We're going to be out in the street as staff with volunteers at like 4 a.m. And we get everything all ready, get everything closed down. We have our pre-registered cars able and our registering day of cars able to start registering to come in about 7 a.m. And we allow that through 9:30 a.m. And then it's open for the public to come view between 9:30 and 2:30 p.m. So that's when we invite the public to come and walk downtown. We've got vendors out, food vendors. We've got other vendors that are sponsors. We've got like an awards area that we set up at Old Settlers Park for later in the day. We will give 50 best of awards, kind of changed how we do the awards this year. And it's a great day for people who love cars. We traditionally have very good weather that Sunday after Labor Day. It's beautiful early September day. It's just a huge event. We draw thousands and thousands of people for this event every year.
Now, this is in downtown West Bend, so that means the shops aren't shutting down. People can still do a little shopping, enjoy that as well, but then have all those classic cars that you look at.
Absolutely. Many of the shops are open throughout that day, not necessarily opening at 7 a.m. when the first cars are coming in, but they're open by like 9:30, 10 o'clock when the public is there to view everything. And we just... We love that event, even though it's kind of a big end to the summertime with a lot of effort and time put into it. But we know it appeals to a bunch of clientele in our this listening area in West Bend that don't come to maybe some of our other events. Classic car show enthusiasts aren't necessarily coming to the farmers market. Maybe they are, maybe they're not. But it like appeals to a different audience when we have that event. We are promoting now the registration already. So we have a deal where the first 250, so basically half of the cars that we can cite on the streets, to pre-register through our website. You go to the downtownwestbend.com website and you go to the events tab, and then you can find the Wheels on Main show and the link to the ticket. So the ticketing is cheaper if you do it ahead of time. It's $15 a car or a vehicle. With that, you get a separate entrance, so you're not standing in line with the people who are trying to register day of that morning, so it should be quicker to get in. And you get a swag bag that'll be full of goodies, pens, car air fresheners, coupons for things at local restaurants and so forth. And it's just a great way to save a little money, get a special way to get in, and get some extra goodies as well.
Never a bad thing, and always good to be early into registration for those sorts of things. If you got a car you want to put in this thing, you've got a car you want to put in this thing.
If you wait till the day of, you got to wait in line, and it's $20 to get in, and really we prefer cash for that because it's difficult to be processing people waiting in line with credit cards. So we look for cash for that and $20. So you save a little bit of money if you come in and register early.
There you go. You had mentioned that you got the vehicles being recognized for Best of Show. I see special, historic, or tricked out vehicles. So it doesn't have to just be your typical shiny classic car. It could be something a little bit different.
That's right. I'm glad you point that out. We don't just judge it on the age of the car and if it's been restored. There's other things that can account for getting best of. And I mentioned we changed the way that we're doing the voting. We used to have separate car categories, and we had 50 some, and we kept getting demands for more. Like you got to have Mustangs from 1960 to 1970, and then a category of Mustangs from 1970 to 1980, and so on. And in talking with our judges, many of whom are also car enthusiasts and have their own classic cars, they said there's a new thing that's going on now where we just do an overall judging of every vehicle. We don't care if it's a Mazda. We don't care if it is a sports car. We don't care if it is a 1953 Continental.
Right.
We're going to judge everything on these criteria that we've judged them on the past, but there's only going to be 50 best of. So that's going to be the first time we're trying it this year. And we hope it goes over well, and we hope that people who are having their vehicles judged will think it's a better way to do it.
I feel like a lot of car people will really get that because, I mean, you said your judges are car people.
Yes.
And, you get out there, you find appreciation in everything. And if you just have to narrow it down to those very narrow categories, you might be excluding something that's really amazing.
Well, and we also found sometimes with these categories, we'd only have one or no entrants that fit the criteria. So that was like an award then we couldn't give away. We were giving it to somebody whether they deserved it or not because they were the only entry in the category. I should mention, too, we need volunteers for a lot of our events, including this event, and we could use volunteers who are judges. So if you are a car enthusiast and you'd love to get into this event for free, and we allow the actual judges to bring a vehicle in for free. They don't have to pay for it. We're looking for car judges for this event. And it's not the whole day. It's probably like 9:30 when we stop parking cars till the judging, so half of a day. And overall, we're looking for volunteers for all our events. Maybe we can mention it at the very end of the broadcast.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll make sure people know how they can get a hold of you for that information as well. I saw, and I just made a note of this, throughout the event, it looks like there's going to be some places where there's going to be some live and recorded music playing.
Yeah, we'll have at least 4, if not 5 locations throughout the downtown because it's a big footprint where there's musicians will be playing. So it's like background ambience. As we didn't mention, we talked about the farmers market. Also at our farmers market every week we have 3 different entertainment areas. So there's free background music when you're walking the farmers market. You were mentioning how live music is something you love. We agree with you on that, and that's why a lot of the events that we hold at the Downtown Association have a music element.
It's a nice touch.
And a good way to showcase a lot of those local talent as well that come out
Yes,
to play.
absolutely.
I would say all of our music artists are very talented. I haven't found one that's,
Yeah, I was going to say, which is good. And you strike me as somebody who likes a little live music yourself, so I appreciate that. One more thing on here that we want to talk about. It's going to be happening at your offices at Downtown West Bend Association. You guys have a blood drive coming up in September.
Yep, this is not like our other public events. Obviously, we're having music and you're coming in to have a beer. But from when I was back working in Beaver Dam, I became involved with the Blood Center of Wisconsin, which is now Versity, and I've kind of continued that relationship now that I'm in West Bend. And so we host 3 drives a year. We have one in spring at our offices, which are right downtown West Bend, right on Main Street. We're like right in the thick of everything we do. And then we have one with the Bloodmobile at our farmers market. That one was held in June, right? Earlier in June. And then we have another one in autumn. We'll have it on Tuesday, September 15th. So anybody who's a blood donor in our area, even if you're as far away as Beaver Dam and it fits with the cycle, because some people, give regularly every 8 weeks, come over and support Diversity Blood Center and come to our blood drive at our offices in downtown West Bend. We're going to see if we can get a deal, too, where you can get a pint for a pint.
Oh, hey.
So in the past, sometimes we've had our local bars or our local custard shop give us a coupon. If you donate a pint, you can either get a pint of custard or a pint at one of the taps right down the street. So we're gonna try to get that arranged again this time.
That'd be a tough choice for me. Which one would I want? I think I have to lean ice cream. And if you look at me, you probably know why. You can schedule for that. I see you got a website here, versity.org, if people want to schedule for that blood drive.
Yep,
I'm
September
sure.
15th. So you'll find it on there when you go. They have all of their dates and locations listed.
Awesome.
University.
Well, Phil, we are running out of time, which means now I'm going to let you have a chance to kind of bring us home. Anything else we haven't mentioned? Remind everybody how they get a hold of you guys, and just wrap it all up for me.
Yeah, you want to talk about the need for volunteers and where they go to find volunteers, sign up?
So a lot of times when we host these events, it's not just us putting on the manpower, and we need some volunteers to help. So if you guys are interested in volunteering and checking that off your 2026 bingo card as a volunteer, do something good for the world, you guys can come to our website and look at our sign-up genius and sign up to be a volunteer for one of our events.
And we have most of the events through the end of the year on there now. Maybe the ones that we have real late in the year aren't up there yet. Like with our last big event of the year is a Christmas market, so I don't think that one's up yet. If anyone wants to find out any information about any of our events, you go to our website, downtownwestbend.com, click on the events tab, and you can find the experience you're looking for on there. All the ones we talked about today and all the other ones we do are listed on there. And if you need to reach us by phone, you can call us at 262-338-3909. And we've got somebody there every day of the week. I will say, though, in the summertime, because of all of our activities, we usually close up the office at noon on Friday. So don't call after noon on Friday because we're not there.
There you go. Keep that in mind. So again, if you didn't write down that number, let's have you write it down now, 262-338-3909. Or if you're tech savvy, even in the least, you can't screw this one up, downtownwestbend.com to find out about all the great events going on. Phil, again, always a pleasure having you on and talking with you.
Thanks for having us. It's been
And
great.
Natalie, you did a great job as well.
Nice to meet you.
Thanks for
Thank
being
you
on.
having me.
And this has been today's Community Comment.